What is up, everybody? Brick Artemis here. If it is your first time, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we have an end of the year video for Hot Toys figures. Yes, Hot Toys figures. Guys, if you haven't noticed, on my community page on YouTube, I have gone over 2 months trying to get your guys' votes through YouTube, Instagram, and also my live stream to get the most accurate, best figures of the year for Hot Toys. Now, to do this, I had to do a lot of, getting figures, the pictures from the figures from the Facebook page, from Hot Toys Facebook page, or from Sideshow, or something like that, and saving, copy and pasting, and making a poll, as you guys saw. And I can only do 4 at a time. And I had 5 rounds, ladies and gentlemen, to come up with the top 10 Hot Toys figures of 2024. And you guys are the ones who decided, not me. I saved one figure. And my panel on the Bugle 6, which is on Mondays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, my panel went ahead and saved one as well in round 2, but ended up not being saved and failed short in round 3. Yeah. So it was a wild ride coming up with a top 10, but yes, you guys voted. This is the People's Choice top 10. And just a crazy fun time. So let's go ahead and let's get started with our top 10 figures, top 10 Hot Toys figures of 2024. All right, everybody, before we go ahead and get started, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so you know the next time a video is up. Guys, remember, this is the People's Choice. So 10 figures. Now, let me just say this. YouTube channels have subscribers that don't always watch every video or is necessarily, with the way that polls go, polls are spread out around not even just your YouTube community, right? It's spread out to everybody. So I'm sure some of these figures were voted on because of, people like Spider-Man or people like Iron Man or people like, whatever. And that's fine, but that is why I had a few saves here and there to make up for that. And that is also why in each round I saved 2 figures and not just one. So kind of countered and made the best list possible from you guys, for myself, for 2024, for Hot Toys. Let's kick it off with number 10. Guys, coming in at number 10, we have Iron Man Mark II 2.0. You guys, this thing is awesome. This thing is really cool. I'm glad you guys voted it into the top 10. I'm not sure if this would make my top 10. It would definitely make my top 10 for Marvel, but for overall Hot Toys, I don't know. But it is really cool, and I'm not mad about it because this thing pops, man. This is the shiniest figure I've ever seen. It looks good. It's Iron Man. And I actually really like the head sculpt. Now, the thing that would worry me about this figure is obviously the scratches, right? Little scratch marks you could probably see very clearly with this figure. So that would freak me out. Now, if you take very good care of your figures, like I try to do, and you keep them in a case, then you should be fine. But little movements here and there would kind of freak me out. Now, this base here, though, this base is awesome. I love the way that they're doing a lot of bases like this, and I am all on board with that. Just looks really cool. Looks like he's actually in a pose to kind of, show off his new suit or something to the world. So really like this figure. Really like this base. Love Tony Stark, Iron Man, Mark II, coming in at number 10. At number 9, we have Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Now, this is the Bane 2.0, came out this year, very recent actually, and a lot of people are loving this figure. However, I had to use my one save in this poll or this competition and use it on Bane, and luckily he kind of lasted throughout the rest of the polls. So Bane is looking really good, guys. So you guys messed up. But then corrected yourselves later on when you started voting for him. So I'm proud of you. But Bane making number 10, looking really good. Got the seamless body, got the great head sculpt. You could have a few different looks on this figure. Probably one of my favorite Batman movies too. So this is a really cool figure. I know this is one that many people might have put on their most anticipated figures list of 2024 before like all the Artisan stuff and this limited stuff all of a sudden just popped out of nowhere with Hot Toys. It's been a crazy year, but Bane, cool, base. I would like the base more if it wasn't the same base that was used for all the other Dark Knight Rises figures, but it is what it is. It looks cool. Love the sculpt. Love the outfit. Looking smooth there, Bane. So yeah, making the top 10 list barely. But we got him in there, everybody. Moving on to number 8. Moving on to number 8, we have Return of the Jedi Darth Vader. Now, this is one that I had pre-ordered, and I canceled, and then I pre-ordered again, and then I was just making a fool out of myself. This is a very cool figure, guys. I love this, not necessarily this look, okay, but it is cool that they added this piece here, and of course, you see there on his missing hand, which is really cool, but this sculpt right here is probably my favorite head sculpt of 2024. Guys, this figure deserves a top 10 spot in anybody's list. This is classic Darth Vader. This is a Vader that I would love to have in my collection. And just the detail in his face is what sells it for me. Now, it does come with a pretty cool base. I mean, it's all right. And, it is about as close to Rogue One as you're going to get. I mean, a lot of people thought Rogue One was the best Vader until the two Vaders this year released. So very, very cool Vader. Absolutely love this look right here. Definitely deserves a spot at number 8. Hot Toys figures of 2024. Let me know down in the comments what you think and where you would put Vader on your list. Guys, I am happy to say that the Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine got into the top 10 with the People's Choice Awards, okay? This is a figure that has been talked about all year long, pretty much, due to the fact that this movie changes everything. Like, this movie was one of the best movies in 2024. It was a lot of fun. Hugh Jackman was back as Wolverine. A lot of cool figures came from this line, and we're still waiting for a couple, but a few really. And I gotta say, if this didn't make the top 10, I would have been a little upset, because I think even if the figure isn't like perfect, I definitely feel like if the figure is talked about all year and it's a big impact on the year altogether, that it should be talked about. So or that it should be in the top 10. So yeah, this is easily top 10. Number 7 on the list, thanks to you guys voting. Now, if you got the limited edition, the exclusive, like these two golden guns are awesome. And the fact that you get so much with this figure, you get a dog pool, it's a lot of good fun. You get a baby pool. Like, there's a lot that comes with this figure, and I think it's cool, man. Like, why shouldn't a figure such as Deadpool, a good figure? Yes, it has its flaws with the QC issues with the ankle, but if we put that to the side, the accessories that you get with this figure alone, plus a good figure, a good Deadpool figure, even though we need that one with the Ryan Reynolds sculpt. Like, come on, guys. Come on, Hot Toys. Give it to us. If it had a Ryan Reynolds sculpt, this could very easily have been a top 5 figure, but we didn't get that. Not yet. And that's okay because it still made number 7 on the list thanks to you guys. At number 6, you voted in Vader, Darth Vader from the Kenobi series. Now, this was a lot of people's like, this is going to be the top figure of the year when it first was released earlier in 2024. And I don't blame anybody for saying that. Now, I don't have this figure in my display. I may get him at some point. However, I have the Rogue One Vader. And to me, I'm sorry, to me personally, one Vader is enough. And I understand, like, you know, there's people out there that say one Spider-Man is enough. But for me, my thing is Spider-Man. Now, I would still put this in my top 10. Easy. I'd probably put it a little higher, to be honest with you. This sculpt alone, the battle damage, it's phenomenal. I mean, this figure is super unique. And even brought out it was so cool that Hot Toys decided to have like that Mythos look Vader coming out in 2025. So yeah, definitely looks really cool, especially with the lightsaber shining, reflecting off of his damaged face. Like it's really, really, really cool and a very important part of the show. You know, and Kenobi, I enjoyed Kenobi. So guys, you voted Darth Vader, battle damaged from Kenobi into the top 10. And again, I don't blame you. I'd put it there too. So congrats to you Star Wars fans. It made the top 10. Number 5, getting into the top 5 here, we have the Peter Parker advanced suit, the symbiote suit or the black suit from the video game Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. Now, this one is probably in my top 3 figures of 2024. However, my vote didn't really matter in all of this, too much at least. So this is the people's choice. Remember that. And it still made number 5. And I'm happy with that. It made top 5, and I agree that it is a top 5 figure, even though we have a lot of complaints. And I mean a lot of complaints about a lot of these Spider-Man figures that can't pose. And Spider-Man is like meant to pose. But I choose the realism over posing any day. And it's not that you can't pose these figures. You just got to worry about some damaging to the suit. So you just got to be careful with that. You can't leave them in the pose for too long, or you can't, you know, overdo it, you know. So I love this. I love the head sculpt with the red and the black. Everything about this figure is just far superior than 95% of the Spider-Man figures we've gotten out there, and loved the game. Can't wait to get my Venom from the video game in-house. And yeah, I can't wait to pose this bad boy with Venom. So definitely deserves a spot in the top 5. Made number 5 thanks to you guys voting at the People's Choice Awards. Let's go. So let's go see what else is in the top 5. Guys, at number 4, we have Iron Man Mark 6 with Gantry. This one was a shocker to me. Now, I knew this one was going to be really cool because of Gantry, right? But I didn't pre-order this because of the space. Like, I can't always get vehicles. I can't always get massive figures unless I really, 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 you know, love and have that special connection to the figure. This is one that I really want, but I have a couple Iron Mans already. And it's not that I'll never get it, but you know, right now I don't need it. However, like I said, it surprised me. And my friend Dilo the Collector, you know, has talked about this figure. And guys, you can see it right here in the picture. This looks amazing. This. If somebody said this was the number 1 figure of the year, Hot Toys figure that is, I couldn't argue. Now, would I put him at number 1? Maybe not. I think he's good at number 4. But again, I can't argue if somebody puts him at number 1, guys. The you know, one of the best looking Iron Man figures we have in Hot Toys right here, guys. And then with the Gantry, just brings so much more life to it. A little smirk on Tony Stark's face is a little meh, but some people might like that. And I think it's a really cool figure. I think it's great that Hot Toys is going above and beyond to give you something more than just an Iron Man. You're getting the Gantry, and you're getting a hell of a good Iron Man. At number 3, we have Venom from the video game. Now, I'm all for this. Guys, this one came into the voting a little late. There might be some controversy, since it didn't make it throughout the whole entire, polling, but it also released a little late, and I wanted it to be involved, and it beat out a heck of a lot of good figures. So, hey, people's choice. Venom from the video game, I think, is the best Venom Hot Toys we have so far. This one is not home in my collection yet. I've seen the reviews. I have pre-ordered this. It will be here, I'm hoping, within the next month. Can't wait to hold on to it and pose it up and like I said, pose it with these Spider-Man figures from the video game. So I think this is the coolest looking Venom we have. And if you're a Venom fan like I am, it definitely deserves a spot in the top 10 for sure. Not just because it's massive, but because it's accurate. Right? Like, we have the comic book Venom that is supposed to be coming out in 2025, and it looks cool. It does. But to me, what this represents, this Venom from the video game, how massive he is and what he represents, and not only is he not Eddie Brock, I won't say who he is, but I love that story. You know what I mean? Like, it's just for the video game. I love that it's a little different. And you got to have this type of Venom, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, adding them to the collection. Can't wait. One more thing I'll say about the Venom figure is I'm kind of countering myself. Like I said, the Iron Man and Gantry, like, I can't really fit into my display because it's too massive. But then I can add this Venom to my collection, and it will be just fine. Well, look, I also said that if it means something, if it's different enough, then I will try to find out how to fit this in my collection. And I chose this Venom to do that because I think it's more special. It represents Spider-Man for me. So I'm finding room for this Venom for sure. Moving on to the top 2. At number 2, we have Spider-Man from No Way Home, new red and blue suit. This is actually probably number 1 on my personal list, but making number 2 for the people's choice, and definitely deserves a spot in the top 10. Not sure, unless you're not a Spider-Man fan and you only collect Star Wars or something, not sure why someone would not put this figure on their top 10 list. The diorama is amazing, one of the best of the year as well. Maybe not the best, but up there top 5 diorama bases of the year. Definitely top 3 head sculpts of the year. I'll throw that up there. And this suit, even though, you got to worry about the wrinkles and everything like that, like we talked about with the black suit from the video game, guys, the suit is perfection, and it looks 100% screen accurate. Love the rolling eyes on this figure. I'm not a fan of putting the head sculpt on this figure. I don't really like what they're doing with these sculpts and these connection pieces. It just blows my mind that they don't come up with something better. I hate that. But other than that, just a really, really cool Spider-Man figure. My favorite Spider-Man figure Hot Toys has ever done. Happy to have him in the collection. At number 2, new red and blue suit Spider-Man from No Way Home. I do want to give a couple honorable mentions. Like I said, the YouTube panel did save Bane from Ahsoka, and he just didn't make the cut at the end of the day. Bane, as you guys saw, barely made the cut, so thankfully he ended up making the cut in the top 10 at number 9. But yeah, I mean, it was hard to get Bane in there, so he's an honorable mention. Great figure, amazing looking head sculpt. We also have another honorable mention in 89 Batman. I think that would be top 5, and if I did my own, it would definitely be top 5. Love the figure. Michael Keaton in that diorama base is top notch. I had to choose one more honorable mention, which would make 3. I think I would go John Wick from John Wick 4 because it came so close to making the top 10 from your guys' votes. So yeah, John Wick, 89 Batman, which you see right over there. This is so hard. Bam! And Bane from Ahsoka. And that line is going to be sick. Guys, number 1. You voted in number 1 spot, People's Choice, Artisan and regular version of the Joker from The Dark Knight. Now, just when you thought you you had enough of the Joker with the in-art figure and all the Jokers that Hot Toys has done, Hot Toys decided, hey, let's go ahead and make an Artisan Joker. And you know what? People were excited for it. Obviously, you guys voted it as #1 figure of the year from Hot Toys. So, yeah, I can't say I blame you, because this is a great looking piece right here. This is a Joker that I think everyone should have in their collection. And with the wool hair and being Artisan limited, like, guys, great looking figure. It's Heath Ledger at his best. And I would say also the Joker at his best. So, guys, you voted it in case you were worried that he wasn't going to make the list. Here he stands at #1. Let me know down below what you guys think is the #1 figure of 2024. Even though we all voted, obviously we all have our different opinions as well, because we voted for different figures as well. So comment down below, #1 figure of 2024. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for putting in votes. We had well over 5,000 votes total, and I just want to thank you so very much. Thank you to the panel for saving a figure for me to keep this poll going. Obviously, I'm recording this on New Year's Eve, so if we do get a release tonight, stateside, then unfortunately, you know, we're just going to miss out on that one. But yeah, hopefully I get this video out tonight so it's as accurate as possible and all that good stuff. But guys, I just want to thank you so much. And if you guys haven't yet, go ahead and like that video, or like it down below. Hit that subscribe button. And until next time, keep bricking.